National Monuments, Events and Times by Jeff Putnam. Introduction. National Monuments. What do you think of when you hear the words National Monument? Some people think of the Statue of Liberty. Others think of the Lincoln Memorial. Still others think of the battlefield at Gettysburg. National monuments are important landmarks, structures, and historic sites. The government has set them aside for people to study and enjoy. There are more than 70 national monuments in the United States. They fall into three main categories: monuments to important people, monuments to wonders of nature, and monuments to important events and times. This book deals with monuments to important events and times. Events and times to remember. Many of our monuments honor important events in our nation's history. Did you know that you can walk on the beach where the first airplane flew? Or sit in the room where the women's rights movement actually began? You can explore the places where important battles were fought. You can see where scientific discoveries were made. Or you can be in the spot where historic documents were signed. Imagine what it would be like to stand where the Civil War began, or where our freedom from Great Britain was finally won. Would you like to see the place where our national anthem was inspired? You can also explore where the Declaration of Independence was signed. You can see where railroads and canals first began to reach across the country. You can stand where the first explorers of America stood. Some of our national monuments help us remember sad times and events. For example, look at the Oklahoma City National Memorial. It honors the 168 people who were killed by a terrorist bombing. Other monuments remind us of terrible acts from the past. You can see where many Native Americans lost their lives. You can explore camps where Japanese Americans were forced to live during World War II. Washington, D.C. is the site of a monument to our most controversial war. On it, you can read the names of those who died in Vietnam. These national monuments help us remember both the good and the not-so-good in this country's history. Pride in our country. Are any national monuments near where you live? Have you visited one of them? America's history, heritage, and natural beauty are preserved in its national monuments. That way, you, other Americans, and people from around the world can experience them. Future generations will be able to enjoy them too. These national monuments help us take pride in America. They also teach us about the past. Learning about our past can help us prepare for an even brighter future. In this book, you will learn about many important events that helped shape our country. You will read about the special places that everyone can visit. These places make these historic events live again. Chapter 1. The Great Stone Faces. Can you name the 4 famous faces on Mount Rushmore? They are Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Mount Rushmore National Monument honors these great presidents and the important events in our history that they influenced. Can you name the person responsible for creating Mount Rushmore? Probably not. It belongs to an almost unknown man. He worked for 14 years to make his dream a reality. This monument also honors him. His name was Gutzon Borglum. Long before he began Mount Rushmore, Borglum had admired ancient stone carvings in Egypt and the Middle East. After working on other large sculptures, he turned his attention to a certain mountain in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Why did he select this site, so far away from everything? He had good reasons. The southeast side of Mount Rushmore is smooth, light-colored granite. It also receives sunlight all year long. At first, Borglum thought the mountainside would have room for only 3 presidents. George Washington would represent independence and liberty. Thomas Jefferson would stand for freedom and democracy. Abraham Lincoln would represent the permanence of our country. However, Borglum soon found that the mountainside had room for another face. Whom should he choose? After much thought, he selected Theodore Roosevelt. This president was chosen for his important role in world affairs.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?